Hi, Stefan Svartling here from Svartling Network. I've been talking a lot about GTD, getting things done lately. And one thing more that I do that is probably very unusual is that I use my smartphone, my Android phone, for GTD and use it like an inbox, and I do inbox review, as it's called, on my smartphone too. I have 3 inboxes, and the first inbox is my Gmail inbox that I use for GTD. My second inbox is my inbox notebook in Evernote. And the third inbox is my smartphone. And I will explain what I mean by that. I start by saying that I always have inbox 0. Always. And I can tell you that I get a lot of email every day. A lot of notifications. I write a lot of notes. And in total I get an incredible amount of data in my inboxes, but I always have inbox 0. I will explain to you the secret to always have inbox 0 in all my 3 inboxes. And the secret to that is to do inbox review at least once a day, and that should be a scheduled inbox review, so you will have a notification when it's time to do an inbox review. That's important. And an inbox review means that you go through your inbox and organize everything in your inbox, all the notes, all the emails, everything you have in the inbox you should organize by using the GTD method. So all the tasks, all the things you have in your inbox that takes less than 3 minutes, you should do directly. That could mean trash an email, for example. That is the same thing as do it directly. Or simply do the task that is in your inbox. So everything that takes less than 3 minutes, do it directly. Everything else you should organize as next action or someday maybe. And as I said recently in a video, I have next actions and someday maybe for both my home, private stuff and my work stuff. So if you have something in your inbox that you can't do directly, then move it to either next action or someday maybe, or project. If you have an ongoing project and that task in your inbox is for that project and you can't do it directly, in my case, move it to your project notebook in Evernote. If it is something that you need to do quite fast, put it to your next actions. If it's something that you don't want, if you will do or not, move it to your someday maybe. By doing this at least once a day, you can clean your inbox. You have an inbox 0. You have done all the tasks that you could do directly, and you have organized the rest in next actions and someday maybe, or projects. And what do I mean by having my smartphone as an inbox then? Well, as you have maybe seen in my videos, I have a very strange way using a smartphone. I don't use my call feature, I don't use it like a phone. So I have an app on my Android phone called Setting Profiles that turns my connections off every time the screen goes off. That means that no calls, no email, notifications, no notifications at all goes through to me. The only notification that goes through to me is from my calendar. That is the only notifications I get. And that is how I want it, because then I do an inbox review of my phone when I get the time. And that's important, because then you get more organized, more creative, more productive in that way. You don't have to look at your phone all the time and read the latest email, read the notification, check Google Plus, Twitter and so on. You use it like an inbox for your GTD, and you do an inbox review when you got the time. So for example, during a meeting at my work, my phone screen is off and my phone's connections is off, so I don't get any notification that can disturb me. But when the meeting is over, I can immediately turn my phone on and I get all my notifications that I have got during this time when the screen was off. I get all my missed phone calls as a notification. I get all my SMS text message, and I get notifications from Google Plus, Twitter, YouTube and so on. And I get all the emails during this time that I didn't have before, and I get all the comments from YouTube videos, all the comments from my blog and so on as emails in my emails inbox. This takes only some seconds after I turn on the screen. Then I go through all these notifications, all these emails, all these missed calls and so on by doing this inbox review. Some of the emails I move to next action, some they maybe. Some of the text messages I do the same with. Some of the things I move to my calendar and schedule a date or time and so on. But the most important thing when I turn on the screen, I must have inbox 0 when I'm done. And when I'm done with all this stuff and doesn't need my phone anymore, then I let the screen goes off again and all my connections turns off automatically. And no one can reach me by phone, text message, notifications. That is what I mean that I use my smartphone for GTD and doing inbox review on it. And this works so incredibly good for me. I am highly productive and creative by doing this. You can't imagine how good this is to me by doing this. But I also know that not many people can do what I do because they don't want to miss a phone call or a text message or so on. But I think most of the people actually can that. They don't have to be always connected. I'm sure of that. And if you are at work during daytime, you can always have a work phone as usual as a phone, but you can have a smartphone like I have and use it like I do as an GTD phone and doing inbox review on it. Of course I use it for a lot more than that. I use it as a media consuming device, a newsreader device, and much more. I use it for blogging and a lot more, as most people are. But the most important different thing that differentiates it from you is that I don't have any connections on when the screen is off. And by doing that, all the notifications, text messages, phone calls and all that is collected when I turn on the screen again, and I turn on the phone so I can use it again. That's the big difference from how you use your smartphone, I guess. But if you want to be highly productive and creative like I am, then I can highly recommend to try this method. Go down deep in your GTD environment, GTD life, live by GTD, and use your phone as an inbox for your GTD. Do that. I'm sure you won't regret it. I'm sure. Okay, so that was some tips about how you could be highly organized and creative and productive by using 3 different inboxes. One in your email, one in your GTD system, in my case Evernote, and the third is your smartphone. Use it as an inbox. Okay, please like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please do that, I need more subscribers. Okay, bye.